I screwed up and I'm paying the price now. So let me explain a little bit about how my weekend went. So, first of all, my wife went out of town on Friday. So, it's just my son and myself at the house over the weekend. And, I've been doing really good, keeping away from bad foods, eating the right things, and so forth. I'm 3.5 years on the carnivore diet now. And like I've said before, I've fixed a lot of health related things. AFib has been good. No episodes of AFib in, over 3.5 years at this point. And yeah, I lost over 85 pounds. So it's gone really well. And for the last year or so, I would say I've been really, really good, pretty clean with my eating. I still have times that I struggle with temptation, that kind of stuff. And so on Friday evening, I saw this can of frosting. I was sitting on the counter in the kitchen, and I just, in a moment of weakness, decided to have some. So I opened it up and I had some. And of course, that led my brain to being like, oh, you need to have more of this, right? So I ate quite a bit of it Friday evening. And then I said, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to do any more. Um, Saturday came, and early in the day, I saw it sitting there and I was like, well, here's the crazy reasoning. I was like, um, I need to get rid of the evidence now. So I need to finish it. So I ate the rest of it. So I ate basically Friday and Saturday this whole can of frosting. I don't even know how many grams of sugar were in that. Or I know that the ingredients list was bad, that there were some oils, some seed oils and so forth, and lots of sugar. I know that. So yeah, by Saturday evening, I started to notice my lower back was starting to hurt. And by Saturday night, when I went to bed, it was hurting quite a bit. Like I couldn't walk normal, like I was kind of hunched over, which I guess is probably how I was before carnivore, where I was not exactly walking as tall and straight as you should. Just because, I mentioned before, I had problems with sleeping in bed at night. My lower back and my hips would be so sore sleeping in bed. I could only go maybe a couple hours a night sleeping in bed. That's how sore it was. I did sleep all through the night on Saturday night. I woke up sore a few times, but I slept all night. And then Sunday, just the pain was bad. It was really bad. I also noticed in my upper left shoulder blade and my back was also having some pain. And altogether, I just felt so much older and sore, felt more not like I used to before carnivore, but somewhat like that, But the back thing, the lower back was just pretty painful. Um, and so I did eat ground beef yesterday on Sunday, and that was okay. But I just ate one meal, trying to stay away from eating too much. I probably should have tried to fast actually. But I ate that meal, drank more water and stuff. And, I don't know exactly what was in the frosting that it could have been giving me oxalate issues maybe. And it was oxalate dumping. I don't know. But I woke up this morning and it's better. I'm still sore, not as sore as I was. I'm walking a little bit better. But I guess the point is that, yeah, I messed up, ate something I shouldn't, ate a lot of what I shouldn't. Like a whole can of frosting is ridiculous. I have no idea why I did it. It's one of those things where you do things and you know that it's not right. You don't want to do that. And then you still do it. And then it gives you a quick reminder of why you don't eat those things. And hopefully that reminder is going to be enough to keep me away from eating stuff like that again for quite a while. But it shows, I'm still addicted to carbs. Like if I get to a weak point, I could eat stuff like that. And once I eat something like that, the brain signals just trigger you to eat more of it. Um, Luckily, I've never been anybody that has had issues with diabetes or anything like that. So eating a whole can of frosting hasn't affected me in that way. I did notice my heart rate is probably about 10 beats per minute higher than normal. So instead of being more like 60, 70s, it's more like upper 70s or so, um, to low 80s. So, but that's typical, when I have ate something I shouldn't. Like I might go to dinner and have something maybe that's cooked in seed oils, or just have a little bit of carb in something, which again isn't very often that happens. But when it has happened, I notice my heart rate will go up. That's something, over the last 2, 3 years or so that I have noticed that my heart rate will go up a little bit for like a day when I do that. And then, get back to eating clean and I'm fine. This was probably the biggest mess up that I've done though, eating like a whole can of frosting over a day and a half, basically, kind of ridiculous. And I can't say exactly why I did it. It's just part of, I guess, the addiction thing, how bad, carbs and sugar are, how addicting they can be to people. And yeah, now I'm paying the price for it. So hopefully everybody else had a better weekend than me. um, if you have any stories to share of something similar happening to you, let me know in the comments. I thought that it would be best to be very open and honest about this, and maybe it'll help somebody too that has struggled with this type of thing too, to know that they're not alone, that it just takes one mistake like that and it really messes you up. Hopefully by the end of the day, or by tomorrow at least, the back pain will be pretty much gone. I don't know if it's just inflammation coming back into my body really that quickly, or if it's like an oxalate dumping thing, or what exactly, because I'm not sure exactly what's in the frosting. And I threw out the can. I have no idea. So I can't look at the ingredients or anything like that. And I know you're probably thinking, well, why did you even have frosting in your house to begin with? And well, that's something my wife had there. She recently had a birthday, and she'd have a cake, and I think she was going to use this frosting, but she ended up using a different one. But anyway, so yeah, here I am saying, yeah, I messed up, and I'm now paying the price for it. And this is why I don't eat those types of things. There are people out there that say like, oh, it's not that bad. You can eat just a little bit of that kind of stuff, and it's not a problem. For me, obviously, maybe that's more than a little bit, but obviously it is a problem. And I don't want to feel that way. So hopefully I'll get this back in check here, and I will get back to my clean eating. And yeah, I'm gonna try and fast today, and then maybe go with like a ribeye or something tomorrow to help clean my body out a little bit. So that's my story from this weekend. Like I said, hope you all had a great weekend.